What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is a super impromptu video. Oh my god, I was lounging around. I finished all my videos for the day. Then on Twitter, I saw this news slide across my timeline that Erika Girardi filed for divorce from her husband of like 20 years, Tom Girardi. On the one hand, I'm like, you know what? It must have something to do with the fact that this guy's getting sued left, right, and center. But on the other hand, I'm like, how do you divorce an 80-year-old, you know? And I'm not saying this to say that Erika's making the wrong move. I literally thought that for like the past couple of years, they were living separate lives, you know, and that they would continue just to do that to save him this level of heartbreak at his age, you know what I mean? So the fact that Erika is pulling the plug on her husband, oh my god, I really truly wonder what happened to get to this point. But I also wonder whether or not it is some kind of a strategy to keep people from coming after her assets. As you know, when you're married, especially as long as they've been, your money is all intermingled. And so, you know, maybe that's something that Erika is concerned about, whether or not people can come for her own money. And she has been making quite a lot of money doing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dancing with the Stars, the music that she's been dropping ever since she came out on Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's got like a shoe line, a little bit of a clothing thing going on. She's got like Instagram promotions. She's got a lot of things. She did Broadway. So she, you know, she's not making chump change anymore. Like her assets are very much at risk as a result of all of these, I believe anyway. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe her assets are at risk as a result of everything that Tom is going through with the various lawsuits that he has been subjected to. Erika did not give any kind of an inkling as to what could have caused the relationship to head south. You know, typically people say we grew apart, you know, we just weren't passionate anymore, we want different things out of life, etc., etc. But no, she didn't even say anything like that. All she said in an exclusive statement to E! News was, and I quote, "After much consideration, I've decided to end my marriage to Tom Girardi. This is not a step taken lightly or easily. I have great love and respect for Tom and for our years and the lives we built together. It is my absolute wish to proceed through this process with respect and the privacy that both Tom and I deserve. I request others to give us that privacy as well." Did you notice that it wasn't a joint, we've come to the conclusion that our marriage is over, we feel as though it's best if we separate? No, it sounds like this is a unilateral Erika Girardi decision, and I really truly hope that it plays out on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, just so fans can get a closer look at what it is that led her to this point. You know, the unfortunate thing about the Housewives of Beverly Hills is that there's so many very interesting things going on in each of these women's lives individually, but they never touch on them. Like, it is a show that just focuses on picking a target and harassing them until they feel uncomfortable being around the group. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to show at least a little bit of realness in these women's lives. It's not like anyone wants to celebrate her divorce, not at all. They've been together almost 20 years now. The man is like 80 something years old. Like, this is sad. This is very devastating, but I really want to know, as someone who's been following Erika for like 5+ years, how this is affecting her as a woman. And maybe the way that she handles this could help inspire other women as well. Erika is not divorcing, you know, Joe Schmo from across the street. No, she is divorcing one of the most high-powered attorneys in America, you know, and being in these kinds of relationships can cause some women to be victimized when it comes to the courtroom, because listen, who's Erika versus this man? Like, this man can have the thing go on forever because he's not paying legal fees. He could do it himself. You know what I mean? I just really genuinely wonder what happened to get them to this point. Like, you know, my heart is so broken for the two of them. I honestly feel like, you know, it's easy to make jokes about their relationship with him being what, like 40 something years older than her, but after that much time spent together, you do build a genuine love for one another. So it's definitely, it can't be easy for either one of them to leave this relationship, if it is them genuinely wanting to quit this relationship versus it being a strategy to help divide their assets, as Tom's assets and their, you know, joint assets become targets of the multiple legal disputes that he is currently facing. Did anyone else think that Erika was just gonna wait this marriage out? Like, I mean, he's 80 something years old. Like, I can't imagine divorcing at that age. I would have thought that the two of them would just continue living separate lives and keep it moving at that point, you know, because you made it this far, why turn back now? But perhaps either A, this is to help divvy up things like I mentioned earlier, or B, she has just had enough of the lawsuits. Maybe she feels as though her husband hasn't been very open with her about these things. Perhaps the only way she's been finding out about each lawsuit is through the press with the rest of us, you know? That would piss anybody off. What do you think about this situation? Are you shocked to see Erika Girardi take a step forward to divorce her husband, Tom, after almost 20 years of marriage? Make sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.